we're going to make an LED lamp base. This base is intended to hold lights from the Dollar Tree that get slid into the box, and cords wrap around along with the light bulbs to sit in the top facing vertically to shine the light up. Then we put a top on it and we insert our acrylic piece. Let's go ahead and begin making the LED light box. In Fusion, the first thing we're going to do is go to a front view using the camera cube. We're going to hit R to create a rectangle. We're going to select this work plane here. We're going to hit R. We're going to go to the origin. Then we're going to make this rectangle have a width of 37.6. Hit tab. The height will be 1.5. Hit enter. We're going to zoom in. Hit R once more. Go down here to the left side. Click once. We're going to make a new rectangle here with a width 1.5. Tab. A height of 18. Enter. Hit R again. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Make a rectangle with a width of 1.5. Tab. 18. Enter. Hit R again. Let's go to the left side. We're going to make a rectangle that connects these two rectangles that we just made. So this would have a width of 37.6. Tab. This will then have a height of 2.2. Enter. Hit R again. Go to the left side. We're going to make another rectangle. This rectangle will have a width of 10.2 and a height of 20. Enter. Let's repeat that to the other side. Same exact rectangle. A width of 10.2. Tab. 20. Enter. Make two more rectangles. We're going to go back to the left side. This rectangle will have a width of 16.2. Tab. It will have a height of 9. Enter. R again. Make our last rectangle for this moment. Same exact with a width of 16.2 and a height of 9. Enter. Finish the sketch. We're going to combine all these shapes into one singular shape. So we hit E. We're going to click each rectangle that we created. And we're going to extrude it by 39. So 39, enter. If I go to my isometric view, you can now see I'm creating the box. Let's go ahead, add a couple more rectangles. We're going to click R, and we're going to click here on the front of our object so far. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to start in the upper left-hand corner, click once. I'm going to make a rectangle. It's going to have a width of 17.5 and a height of 29. Hit enter. Repeat that process to the right side. A width of 17.5. Tab. We're going to go make this a height of 29. Hit enter. Then we're going to hit E. We're going to select this area, this area, this area, and this area. Going to extrude it by 5.2. Make sure on the right side, under operation, this is join. Hit join. Then click OK. So now we need to make this section even with this. So we're going to hit E. To extrude, we're going to click on this face and then click on one of the two rectangles so they are all even. So this is what I have so far. Let's go ahead and do a mirror of this so I don't have to do so much more work. We're going to go to Create, drop down, we're going to hit mirror. We're going to select the object. On the right side, go over to where it says mirror plane, hit select, click the back of the object, and hit join, then OK. So now we have one nice solid object. On the back side, we're going to join these two pieces together. So we're going to hit E to extrude. We're going to click this piece right here, and we're going to then tap or click on the other side. Make sure it says join. OK. Now I'm going to go to the back side. I'm going to click R. I'm going to then click on this face so I can draw a new rectangle. And I'm going to go to the bottom left-hand corner. I'm going to click. I'm going to go up and all the way over. So my width will be 37.6, and I will have a height of 20. Hit enter. Finish the sketch. I'm going to now do an isometric view so I can see 3 sides. We're going to hit E to extrude because I need to close this box off. So I'm going to type in -1.5 because I'm going backwards. I'm going inwards, so -1.5. Make sure my operation says join on the right side. Click OK. And now I've got the box for the most part. Now it's time to put some holes in this. So we're going to click L to make a line, and we're going to select the top. I'm going to go to the upper left-hand corner. I'm going to trace along the top portion of this. I'm going to type in 5 millimeters. Enter. Hit L again. I'm now going to come down 5 millimeters. Enter. Hit escape. I'm going to repeat that process to all 4 corners. I'm going to go over 5, down 5, hit escape. Let's go to the bottom of this object. Repeat that. Up 5. Hit L again. We're going to go over 5. Hit L again. Let's do the last corner. 5. 5 millimeters here. So these are called construction lines. They let me know where I'm going to put my next object or sketch. So with it still being there, hit C. We're going to make some circles at these little nodes, each of these 4 nodes. Click on each node. This is going to be 6.1, 6.1, 6.1 for all of them. Make sure you're hitting enter after each circle. Go ahead and finish the sketch. Now we're going to make these circles into holes, so we're going to hit E. We're going to click on each hole, and we're going to subtract. We're going to minus 30. So the holes you can see cut down. Go ahead and click OK. And last but not least, this one's going to be a little bit more challenging. We're going to zoom way in. Inside here, you'll see there's a line that cuts vertically. We're going to give that a fillet, so when we 3D print this, it will make it easier and we don't have to use any supports. So we're going to hit F. We're going to select this line, and we're going to drag in for 7.5. Click OK. We're going to do the same thing. If I zoom way in, I can see it right there. Hit F, 7.5, enter. We're going to rotate around. This is going to be 7.5. Go to the other inside. You'll see it right there hiding. Hit F, 7.5, enter. So the inside will actually have rounded edges that will help hold the lights in better. Alright, almost done with this. So we've got the base, so the lights will slide in. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make the top. In order for us to make the top, we're going to go to an isometric view so I can see 3 of the sides. I'm going to hit E. I'm now going to extrude this by 5. So I'm going to type in 5, but on the right side, rather than join for our operation, we're going to hit new body. So go ahead and click OK. If I look over on the left side, there's a folder here that says bodies. If I drop down that, you'll see body 1 and 2. I'm going to go ahead and double click where it says body 1 on the left side, and I'm going to retitle it as base and hit enter. Then if I click the eyeball beside base now, it shuts it off, so I only see that. Body 2. Let's go ahead and rename body 2 as top of base. Hit enter. The first thing we want to do with this top is hit E. And we're going to select this face right here, and we want these 2 parts to connect. This way the lights cannot come out. Bring it over until it turns red. For your operation though, make sure it says join. Click OK. Now let's go ahead and go to the top of this plate we just created. We're going to click on the top here. Then we're going to hit the letter C. We're going to add the pegs. So we're going to go to each circle, and you'll see it will snap automatically to the center of each circle. Click once. We're going to pull out. It should be 6.1. Hit enter. Same thing. Come over here with your C, with your circle tool. Click 6.1. We're going to go to the bottom. Repeat the process. So we're making 4 6.1 circles. Then we're going to hit E and click on each of these circles, and I'm going to go to an isometric view. I want to drag these the opposite way, or I'm going to hit -10. So type in -10, enter. And so I've got these 4 caps. Now the only problem that we have with these caps is that they may be a little bit too tight. So we're going to what we call shrink them through an offset face. All that means is that we're going to hit the letter Q, and then I'm going to start with clicking on one of the pegs, and I'm going to type in -0.05. You'll hardly notice any difference, but it's going to be just enough to allow us to put these into the base easily. Hit enter. Let's repeat that process for the other 3. Now I can turn the base back on. And so I have my 2 parts. I would recommend that you export each of these separately. So I'm going to go up here and go to base, right click, save as mesh. Make sure you're on STL. Click OK. Find whatever directory you're going to save it to. Go over to the left side again where it now says top of base. Right click. Save as mesh. Should be our format STL. Click OK. The file name says top of base. Make sure you're in the same directory as before. Click save. If you're printing this on a Prusa printer, go ahead and drag over each item. Move them apart. On the left side, hit place on face. Put this on its back. This base here needs to remain vertical to print. You won't need any supports. You slice it, and it takes around an hour and 45 minutes to print one of these boxes.